You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Jody Miller-Young. Are you inspired by creative people? I am, and today we have a talented and very cool 9-year-old girl with us named Kayla Ogunsemore and her equally talented and cool dad, Oleg Benro. They're both artists and fashion designers. Kayla's mom and dad created a t-shirt company based on his wonderful photography art. Inspired by them, Kayla founded Brown Sugar Kids, also a t-shirt brand, but for kids, and featuring her best friend, a big, happy, lovable golden retriever named Tangle. Before we hear from them and find out more about what Kayla and her dad are doing, we'll take a short break from our sponsor. So go grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back after a short pause.
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit DesignerPetSweaters.com to order your four-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. DesignerPetSweaters.com.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm Jody Miller-Young. We're talking today to Oleg Benro Ogunsemore and his 9-year-old daughter Kayla about Kayla's fashion business, Brown Sugar Kids, and Oleg Benro's gorgeous photography that helped to inspire it. Hi guys, how you doing?
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Hey Kayla, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I was actually lucky enough to discover Kayla on Instagram, right, Kayla? I think you liked one of my pictures. And when I looked at your pictures and then your website, I think I sent an email to you like immediately. I love what you're doing. And as a bonus, I got to discover what your dad is doing too, which is amazing. So I'm excited to share you both with our listeners. Let's start with the doggy because this is Pet Life Radio. So let's start with Tangle. Kayla, why did you decide to include Tangle in your t-shirt brand?
I decided to include him because he was my best friend. And one day I started dressing him up in my clothes, and I took a picture of him and my clothes, and he stood perfectly still. So I was like, I should put this on a shirt like my dad and mom.
Very cool. Very cool. And I love the video. I saw a video of you doing a photo shoot with Tangle, and you have got it all together, girl. So we're going to talk more about that a little. Yeah, we're going to talk more about that a little later, but I was really impressed. So how did Tangle come into your life?
Well, one day we went to my friend Stacia's house, and I saw Tangle, and the time I laid eyes on Tangle, me and him knew we were meant to be together forever.
Oh, isn't that the best thing in life? When you meet a puppy and you just know that he's going to be your best friend for life, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, Oleg Benro, was Kayla always a creative kid?
Yeah, she was always a creative kid. It's very interesting because I look back and I can see all of the stuff she used to do earlier on that were indicators like, okay, wow, she has talent, she has skills. She always wanted to go with me to the craft store. Whenever I went to look for a certain kind of fabric, I'll pick out my fabric. She wanted to pick out hers. I'll be looking for buttons, or I'll be looking for clay. I'll be looking for something. She always wanted to pick out her own part so that when I got back and I started creating, she could also, sit next to me and create. She always wanted to make these little bags, so I would just help her. I would help her and she always wanted to paint. She paints a lot too, and she draws a lot too. So I just try to be that other help, to help her get to the next step.
That is so beautiful. Kayla, are you still painting and, doing sort of craftsy things in addition to the T-shirts?
Yeah, I love doing painting and drawing. It's super fun for me.
That's awesome. I mean, do you think that you may ever include some of that stuff on T-shirts one day?
Yeah, probably. I'm going to include some drawings and paintings and all that.
That's really exciting. I'll tell you guys, it must be in the genes because Oleg Benro, you are an amazing, amazing photographer who works with brands like Microsoft, Johnson & Johnson, Sony Music, ESPN, and lots more. You photograph pro athletes, incredible shots of the athletes, actors, fashion models, you're welcome, musicians, and the pictures are powerful and stunning. So Kayla grew up watching you, and as you said, she would go shopping with you for some of the things that you did with your T-shirt company and other creative endeavors. Tell us how sort of that creative relationship developed and when you knew that she was going to express herself artistically in a business.
Well, it developed real early. She always wanted to. She would be my subject. If I had a photo shoot coming up and I needed a lighting situation, I'll go, Kayla, okay, come on, we got to test out these lights. And she would just jump and spring to it. She would come to life. Or, when she was little, she used to do ballet. And I said, Kayla, okay, let's do this video. And, so she was very used to being around cameras and seeing how it worked. So it just made it easier when she wanted to, film her videos or do certain things. She was accustomed to it. And sometimes I'll have celebrity shoots, and she'll come to the shoot, she'll watch, she'll see the directions I'm giving the celebrity, she would see all of that. So she kind of said, okay, this is how it works. She kind of, it's a hands-on kind of thing. So she saw it firsthand, like this is how it works.
I bet she charmed some of those celebrities too, because Kayla, you are pretty adorable.
She sure did.
Absolutely. So, Kayla, tell us a little bit about your T-shirt company, that it's based on pictures that you take, right? And tell us like the kinds of things that you do with Tangle and some of your favorite outfits that turned into pictures that turned into T-shirts.
Well, some of my favorite outfits, I like all the outfits. My brothers like stuff like football dog and DJ dog and all that.
Well, tell us a little bit about what they look like. People will be able to see pictures of Tangle in the T-shirts on the Bark and Swagger page of Pet Life Radio. So they'll actually be able to see what we're talking about. But tell us a little bit about, how do you decide what you want to dress Tangle in for a particular shoot?
Well, I start by drawing some sketches or just dressing Tangle up for fun. And then from that, I get ideas, and those ideas I sketch in my sketchbook, and then we make them happen and turn them into shirts.
That's amazing. And where did you learn how to sketch? You did that from your artwork, right?
I learned how to sketch from basically just drawing and my mom and dad showing me from an early age. It's super fun.
That is really awesome. Really awesome. And then you really handle all the creative pretty much for your shoots. Tell everybody what you do.
I take photos of Tangle and I help get props and dress them up.
And then you go on the computer and you look at the photos and you pick the best one, right? Yeah. And the pictures are great. They're great. Oleg Benro, did you taught Kayla how to use a camera? Because she's using a proper professional camera.
Yeah. It's one of those things I have to remind myself, okay, this is an expensive camera, so so certain things I have to modify. I have to modify certain things on the camera, like I created a hand grip that she kind of slips her hand in there, so it's fitted to her hand. And then the lenses, sometimes I give her like the shorter lenses, the smaller lenses, because the bigger lenses, it gets really heavy. So, then we go out and we just practice. We just practice. Photography is hands-on. People can't really teach you how to see in terms of shooting. So it's up to her to develop her own creative eye. So I give her that camera, just go outside, shoot with it. Take Tangle outside, just shoot with it, I'll scramble the settings up on the camera. So it's up to her to kind of problem solve and figure it out. Okay, where should I be in this scenario? What should my f-stop be? What should my aperture opening be? So I let her figure that stuff out. So she's very involved in it.
Oh my God, I can't do any of that, okay? I'm serious. And how is Tangle as a model, Kayla? Is he a good model?
Tangle's a really good model. For photo shoots, he just sits in white. He sits in white while we dress him up and all that.
Well, he is a really good dog. He could give a couple of my dogs some lessons. We'll have to figure that out. Now, you have your own sense of style, girl, and I love your sense of style. You know that picture of you in those lace-up knee-high kicks and that cool little outfit that you have on? You know that one?
Yeah.
Well, that's one of my favorites. Where do you get your fashion ideas from for you?
I get some from, I like to mix and match clothes. Sometimes, I look in magazines for some cool ideas.
Very, very cool. Now, I know that your mom and dad's t-shirt company was a big inspiration for you. Oleg Benro, tell us a little bit about what you and your wife Wendy do with your t-shirt company.
Well, what we do, our t-shirt line is called Trustee Apparel. And what we do is surround sports and music, because we pick sports because I'm in the arena of sports. I photograph a lot of professional athletes. And if you really look at it, sports and music, they're two powerful subjects. Sports is one of the only things right now that brings people together if you really look at it. You go to a stadium, for instance, you're sitting next to somebody you don't even know from different walks of life. It separates us from, like the iPads and the iPhones. Now we can get together and we could cheer for the same team. It's one of those. So it's powerful. And in sports has healing power. You give a kid a soccer ball, you give a kid a basketball, you just see them, have fun and do amazing things. So we felt it was a subject to expand on, beyond photography. It could translate into apparel, conversation starters, various things. So
wonderful.
That's what Trustee Apparel is all about. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And, your parenting philosophy that leads perfectly into what I wanted to talk to you about has a lot to do with how sports and music bring people together as it relates to your children. Tell us a little bit about that.
As far as my kids started sports early, 2.5, 2, 3, they started. Luckily, we've been blessed with, they're athletic. You can tell by the way they run, by the way they move at an earlier age. And my son, who's now 6, he would carry a ball everywhere. I mean, when he was little, it was just everywhere. At 2 years old, it was amazing to see. But what sports brings to the table, it teaches leadership. It teaches problem solving. It teaches, troubleshooting, getting along with your teammates, being a leader. It teaches so many things. It teaches confidence. So my wife and I, we just thought it's a very important part of life. Kids nowadays, you see them glued to their iPhones and iPads. Okay, they're not getting enough physical activity. A lot of schools have scrapped physical education programs.
I know.
So you need to get them out there running. Okay, what were kids doing before the iPads and the iPhones and this digital media age? They were outside. So we just want them to be active kids. Apart from their academics, we want them also to be active.
Lets off steam too, which kids need.
Exactly. It lets off steam.
Yeah.
It's just running crazy in the house, because when they don't get outside to run and play, we can feel the impact inside the house, because they just go crazy.
Yeah. And the music too. It's seems very balanced, the body and then the creative mind,
exactly,
if you will. So they all play instruments?
Yes, Kayla has a guitar. I played classical trumpet.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yeah, don't play as much anymore, but yeah.
Are the boys too young, or?
The boys are too young. Malachi, my son, he's really interested in playing the trumpet. So I think, I have plenty of trumpets that he can practice on when he's ready. and Isaiah likes to drum.
Well, it sounds like you have the beginnings of a band.
A band. Exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, hold that thought. We're going to take a short break from our sponsor, and then we'll come back and we'll talk more about Brown Sugar Kids and what you're doing as well, Oleg Benro. And so refresh that beverage, come back, get cozy, and we'll see you in a minute.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back, right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Dana Humphrey, the founder of Whitegate PR. We have been specializing in PR and marketing in the pet industry for over 10 years. If you have a pet product or service you would like to promote, give us a call. We can help create awareness for your brand on TV, radio, magazines, newspapers, and blogs. Feel free to reach me directly at 619-414-9307 or learn more on our website at whitegatepr.com or follow us on Facebook.
So when we brought him home, we didn't realize that Bear, the rescue dog, was actually sick. He had very flaky skin. He was dropping a lot of fur, and Levette wanted to do steroid injections, special dog food. Nothing seemed to work. So I've been hearing Dinovite on the radio for years.
DINOVITE.com. 859-428-1000.
It never actually crossed my mind to try it until I was just at a dead end. And then it finally sunk in. Oh, you're talking about hair and skin. And all right, I'll try it. Well, it took probably 6 weeks, but after we started using Dinovite, no more flaky skin. He doesn't scratch and itch, and he started to put weight on. It was awesome. He makes us feel like we saved him. Every rescue dog in America deserves Dinovite for 90 days. I wish that we would have started the Dinovite right away. It would have been so much easier.
859-428-1000. DINOVITE.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Jody Miller-Young, and we're here with Kayla and Oleg Benro Ogunsemore, fashion designers, artists, T-shirt company for kids and adults. And we're talking creative. Oleg Benro, how involved are you and Wendy in helping Kayla get her T-shirts produced, marketed, all of those behind-the-scenes type things?
We're pretty involved in terms of, just showing her how things work. Labeling, packaging, customer service. Okay, if a customer has a question, she'll read the question and we'll ask her, how do you think we should respond? Just certain things like that so she can know how to cater towards people and also to run all aspects of the business. Like, for example, when the shirts are packaged, she will have to write a note, giving things a personal touch so it goes beyond just, hey, I received this shirt in the package. Just going a step further in the whole process, and including printing and designing, just showing her certain things that eventually becomes the whole package of presenting a product.
Also amazing life skills. I think you guys need to give parenting lessons too. I mean, really impressive. Really impressive. You were talking about your boys, Malachi and Isaiah. Beautiful names. Seems like the whole family is involved in Brown Sugar Kids because they help you, Kayla, don't they? They model for you?
Yeah.
Are they?
My brother modeled for me.
Yeah. Are they good models?
They're better at action shots, but when I ask them to stand still and smile, they're not very good at that.
Well, they're young boys, right? That's what young boys are like? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It sounds like Tangle might be a calmer model than the boys.
Yeah. Tangle is.
Tangle is.
It's amazing. I mean, just watching Tangle, it's amazing. Like, he will sit there and say, okay, and he will turn his head a little bit, turn all the way just a little bit. It's just, to me, it's still fascinating to watch. The relationship that she has with Tangle is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, she will go,
beautiful.
When she goes to school, Tangle goes upstairs into her room and waits there until she gets back. He does not come downstairs.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Every day?
Then when she gets back, every day, when she gets back, he runs downstairs. She opens the door, Tangle, 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 and he kind of gives her this hug. He stands up on his two hind legs and gives her this hug around the waist.
Unbelievable.
And to me, it's still fascinating. It's just fascinating to watch.
They found each other. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So now, Kayla, you recently announced some exciting news about Brown Sugar Kids. Something about expanding the T-shirts to include adults? Tell us about that, because I love them.
Well, a lot of parents, grandmas and grandpas, were asking, what is their shirt? We want a shirt. So I asked my mom and dad if we could add adult shirts, and they said yeah.
I think it's a great idea because I'm going to buy mine. I love them. And everybody, when you see these shirts, they are so cool. The pictures are so cool that you're going to want one too. And your older kids and your younger kids are going to want them too. Right, Kayla?
Right.
Right. That's right. So I know how much you love animals. You're like me. Ever since I was a little kid, I've loved them too. And I know that you want to give back to them. So you tried to volunteer at a local shelter not too long ago, right? But something happened. Tell us what happened.
Well, one day we went to the Animal Rescue Center, and I really, really, really wanted to volunteer. But they said I couldn't till I was 13. And I was determined to find a way to help give back to animals and help them because they're important to me.
That's right. So what are you doing with Brown Sugar Kids until you can actually volunteer at the shelter?
I am donating to animal rescue centers to help all kinds of animals, dogs, goats, pigs, kitties, that.
That is lovely. You also told me that, because you reminded me when you said goats, piggies, and all sorts of animals, that while Tangle is your main man, your main model, that you are including other types of animals in your shoots now too. Is that right?
Right.
Tell us about that.
I would love to include all animals because all animals are important, and it's a way that I can show people that I love all animals.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, you'll have to keep us in the loop about when that happens so we can let everybody know, okay?
Okay.
Is there anything else coming up for Brown Sugar Kids that you want to tell us about?
Soon I'm going to start photographing some more animals, but not to help. I'm going to start photographing some more animals like dogs and kitties and different animals.
Do you think that you might work with your favorite local shelter and put those animals on your T-shirts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That might be something to look into to help them get adopted or to bring attention to sheltered animals, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something we're gonna
yeah,
do.
It could be a cool thing. Could be a cool thing. You must be so proud and happy. Proud of Kayla, happy for her with all she's doing. She's an incredible kid.
Yeah, I'm very proud of her. It's fun to watch her develop and grow and see how her mind works. Artistically, academically. It's just fascinating to see everything come together.
Absolutely. And I think that she's going to go very far. Kayla, you have a great personality. You're a charming, beautiful girl and a very sweet girl. And I think you're going to be very successful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oleg Benro, what exciting projects are coming up for you?
I'm always working on something or trying to work on something. I think that's part of the creative mind. Like my brain is always spinning. I'm the kind of person that I have a sketchbook beside my nightstand. In case ideas come to me while I sleep, I pop up and, just sketch something down really quick. But I have a few advertising campaigns coming up, and I'm working on some new designs for our shirts, and we're going to be partnering with some athletes on some projects in terms of shirts. So I have a lot of fun stuff coming up.
Sounds that way. Please keep us posted.
Yes, I will.
Very cool. And where can people learn more about what you're doing, Oleg Benro?
What I'm doing, you can find my latest work on my website, which is olubenrophotography.com, which is OLUGBENRO photography, right after that, .com.
Fantastic. Kayla, I want everybody to know where they can buy Brown Sugar Kids and find out more about what you're doing. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook and Instagram and also at brownsugarkids.com.
brownsugarkids.com. And your social handles are also Brown Sugar Kids, right?
Right.
Okay, wonderful. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking time out to be with me today. I'm so excited I got to introduce you both to our audience, and I love what you're doing and wish you continued success. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Same here. Oh, my pleasure, Kayla.
Thank you for taking your time to be with us and talk with us and helping me save animals and help animals.
Well, it's my pleasure. I hope I can help you save more animals. Would you do a favor for me?
Yeah.
Would you give Tangle a big hug for me?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you all for listening to, and thanks to our producer, Mark Winter. He makes us sound so good. Thank you, Mark. My passion is living stylishly and animal rescue. So tune in next time to discover the designers, home decor, styles, and rescue stories I love. And don't forget to visit me at barkandswagger.com, where you'll find great fashion, shelter stories, and more. So until next time, when fierce fashion calls, bark and swagger.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.